An FBI memorandum dated November 29, 1968, outlined a covert plan by the Los Angeles office to escalate tensions between two prominent black activist groups, the Black Panther Party, BPP, and Organization US, a black nationalist group led by Ron Karenga. The memo described a fabricated letter designed by the FBI that was to be mailed to the BPP. It was made to appear as though it had originated from Organization US and falsely warned of an impending ambush against the Panthers. The FBI's stated objective in the memo was chillingly clear. It is hoped this counterintelligence measure will result in an US and BPP vendetta. This operation was part of the FBI's broader COINTELPRO initiative, short for Counterintelligence Program, which aimed to surveil, infiltrate, discredit, and disrupt domestic political organizations deemed subversive. The consequences of this manufactured hostility came to a head less than 2 months later. On January 17, 1969, during a black student union meeting at UCLA's Campbell Hall, Apprentice Bunchy Carter and John Huggins, both members of the Black Panther Party, were killed. Accounts differ on what led to the shooting. According to some reports, earlier in the meeting, Carter and Huggins made disparaging remarks about Karenga, which may have inflamed tensions. Other accounts suggest that an argument broke out between members of Organization US and Panther Elaine Brown. What began as a verbal confrontation soon escalated into a fatal altercation. During the chaos, both Carter and Huggins were shot and killed. The BPP initially described the killings as a premeditated political assassination. They claimed there had been a prior agreement that no weapons would be brought to the meeting and insisted that their members had arrived unarmed, while Organization US members had come prepared for violence. In contrast, members of Organization US asserted that the violence erupted spontaneously and was not pre-planned. Geronimo Pratt, the BPP's Deputy Minister of Defense and the head of security for Bunchy Carter at the time, later offered a nuanced perspective. While he had initially shared the view of an organized plot, Pratt eventually concluded that the incident was a spontaneous shootout rather than a calculated assassination. The man identified as the shooter, Claude Chuchesa Hubert, was never apprehended and his whereabouts remain unknown. Years later, in 1975, the Church Committee, a U.S. Senate investigation into abuses by intelligence agencies, uncovered concrete evidence that the FBI had played a significant role in heightening animosity between the BPP and Organization US. As part of COINTELPRO, FBI agents crafted anonymous letters, threatening messages, and inflammatory cartoons that were sent to both groups under the guise of coming from the other. These actions were not only intended to sow distrust, but to provoke violence. Tactics that ultimately contributed to the deadly encounter at UCLA and other tragic conflicts between black activist groups during that era.